I don't know if they're just free range horses or what they are, but it's had a big pack of them. You hear them like clear from over here, Bellerin, clear over in this area. There's one as a mom with her baby. They're just kind of trudging through the woods there. I don't know. This is National Forest Service land, so it's not private land, so I don't know if they're just wild or what the heck. They didn't come too close, which is good. Yeah, I heard them over in here, and then they come walking through. Trying to get my finger in the lens. I can't. Gotta. Yeah, they're just over there, kind of grazing or whatever. I guess they're just moseying on. Boo! Good morning. It is, what is today, Thursday? I think today's Thursday. I don't know. We'll say it's Thursday. I think yesterday was Wednesday, wasn't it? I don't know. It don't matter. Oh, anyway, Thursday morning, it's right around 7:20, around in there. I've been up I woke up about 5:30, and I slept really well. This cot is so comfortable, especially with the sleeping pad on it. It's just as comfortable as a bed. It really is. And let me tell you, this is weird, man. This keeps sticking out. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Quite a bit more comfortable than the floor. Yeah. You can tell I got some rest. I'm in a much better mood today. Need to like staple it like right here like this. And go around scaring people. Walk up to some little kid and go, "Wow." Nah, that'd be mean. Anyway, it was freaking cold this morning. I woke up. It was cold. I didn't want to get out from underneath my sleeping bag. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm coughing. Excuse me. But I was warm underneath it. As long as I stayed underneath my sleeping bag, I was plenty warm. I just wore this. I didn't even have to put on my coat. Just put this on, put my hoodie over my head. And I stayed just toasty, you know. God, this is bugging me. I like symmetry. I don't like this side is cool and this side going. But I guess that when I don't have any hair, this will serve, you know, how your hair is in the morning, how it's all. It's been a while since I've dealt with that. Anyway, I just felt like making a video this morning and telling you how I did. And slept really well.
I probably could have slept longer, but I woke up and then one leg started kicking, so it's like, well, I just get up and make some coffee, which I did, and this worked really, really well as a it's a like a styrofoam type of thing. I got it at Circle K. I stopped and got me a Coke when I was in Taylor, Arizona. I stopped at the Walmart there in Taylor and got me some water, and I also had to get me another bucket because when I left the camp spot in California, I don't know what I did, but I basically loaded the Explorer to the gills to where there was not another inch of space, and so it's like I couldn't load the bucket. There was a couple of other things that I had to leave there. But yeah, I stopped in Taylor, which is a little dinky little town. I was kind of surprised that they had a Walmart there, this small as the town is. And Taylor's about halfway between Show Low and Holbrook. But I figured if I stopped there and got what I needed, then I wouldn't have to run all the way down to Walmart in Show Low, which is way south of town. And I could conserve a little gas. And I had thought about camping at a different spot, but then as I got closer to town, it's kind of like, I really don't want to run all the way down there because that's like another 13 miles to the spot that I was thinking about camping at, and I wasn't familiar with it. I was familiar with this spot, so I figured I'd just come back to this area. And I'm just down the road a little ways from where I camped, when I got sick and ended up going to the hospital. I'm not maybe about a half a mile down, maybe from there. I like this spot better. I really like this spot that I picked out. And so I'm just going to kick back, and I had my coffee, and I don't know what I'm going to do for breakfast. I'll have to look through my, I don't really have a lot of food. As far as, a diversity of food, I've got some canned goods. So I may end up having like pork and beans for breakfast. I don't know. Like I don't have any like bacon and eggs and stuff like that. I do have some hash. Maybe I'll cook up some hash. I don't know. Corned beef hash. Or, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not super hungry yet. So I may not eat till lunch. It doesn't hurt to fast, for breakfast. If I start getting hungry, then I'll figure out something. I got a little bit of ramen left. I got maybe like 5 or 6 packages of ramen. Other than that, I really need to get some actual groceries, but gonna have to wait till I get some more money. But yeah, it's a nice morning. It was kind of cool laying here looking up through the roof. But I don't know if it was cloudy or what. I didn't see any stars at all. The wind's starting to pick up a little bit. It was calm all night. There wasn't any wind at all during the night, which I was like hoping for some wind during the night so I could hear the wind going through the trees. Which, like right now, you probably can't hear it, but it sounds really cool. And it's warming up enough now to where the wind doesn't feel too bad. But if it would have started up this morning, I think it was about, when I first got up, I wish I could stop coughing. When I first got up, it was about 42, which is better than 32. But, I'm kind of just dependent on my clothing and my sleeping bag to keep me warm because I don't have, my propane tanks are empty. And because I didn't fill them, the first time I came here because it was so warm. It really, as long as I stayed underneath my covers, I was fine. I stayed plenty warm. I didn't get cold at all, even with just this on. Because, before, when I was camping in the tent, I'd have my hoodie on, and I would have my winter coat, the big neon yellow coat. And I didn't need that at all last night. In fact, when I first went to bed, I was almost too warm. But woke up about 3 or 4 times during the night having to pee. So, but even going outside to do that, it really wasn't too bad. And it's going to get warmer. I'm really hoping that I can find an apartment, before it gets too hot. But it doesn't get super, super hot here. It was, compared to some other, Holbrook was a lot warmer than here. It was, after being here for a couple of weeks, and going up there, it was like I could really feel the difference, in the temperature. So anyway, I guess this is what I'm doing right now. It's kind of like a daily diary. Diary video. I don't plan on doing a whole lot today. I've got a couple of other things that I need to do, but one thing I want to do is go through my bags and see what food I have, because I haven't done that yet. I was busy doing other stuff, and I had to rest a lot. I'm not anywhere near 100% yet, energy wise. Although, being able to set up the tent and do everything that I did yesterday compared to the first time that I came here, really, this is just bugging the crap out of me. But really showed me how bad I was. I had no energy to do anything. And I remember I tried to set up the tent and I couldn't even begin to get it set up. And yesterday, it's actually very easy to set up. You just extend the poles and snap them into place, and it's like a 1-minute setup if you know what you're doing. And, so I was able to do that. I got my table set up. In fact, my phone is sitting on my table here. I got the bigger table set up in here. I actually have room to do it. Before I had to set up the little table because I had to make plenty of room for copper. Whereas this, I've got the bed set up here, I've got the table set up there, and it's perfect. Then I got my generators and stuff underneath the table. Got my coffee and creamer and my food, which basically consists of my bags of ramen. And got that set up under there, and I got my tea kettle and my cooking pan and stuff, and silverware and plates and bowl, whatever, set up on the table. So, I've got that all squared away and got everything all organized. And there's no way I couldn't even get the table set up before. I had so little energy, and the table's not that hard to set up at all, but I couldn't get up to go do it. It was, it just shows me how bad off I was. Well, I know the doctor here said, she goes, "You're not only sick, you're really sick." You already knew that. But, I guess she was talking about physically. But, yeah, it just shows me how how bad off I was, because I mean I couldn't even hardly get up. All I could do was lay down. That's why I didn't even eat for 5 days, because for one thing, the thought of eating just it just almost made me sick to think about it. Plus, I didn't have the energy to get up and cook anything. So whereas now, and one thing about it, my appetite is pretty much back to normal. I can't eat as much as I did before, which is actually kind of good. But I can already tell that I'm starting to, fill out a little bit, because I had lost so much. I'd lost all my muscle mass. I was just like skin and bones. And I still am pretty much, but not as bad as I was before. But I'm getting better. I'm improving, and feel a whole lot better. I still have to rest a lot. I'm still that, because my body was so bad. I mean, this is kind of gross, so you plug your ears if you don't want to hear it. But basically, the doctor here said that my entire, because my gallbladder perforated, and she said that my whole cavity there was filled with pus. And she says she said it's the worst I've ever seen. So that's how bad I was, and that's how close I was to death. It's kind of scary to think about. If that officer hadn't stopped, I don't know. I think I would have ended up calling 911, because I was just, at that point, I was so bad I couldn't do anything. I couldn't hardly sit up. I mean, it's scary to think about. But I'm just glad that they were able to get it fixed. I'm still sore. I'm here, but my scar is looking a lot better. I've still got that hole. I got a big old hole down there where they had, because what they did is she put a drain tube in there to drain the bile out. And there was a little thing. It was a little round plastic thing that drained into. And then when they pulled that out of there, that didn't feel good. But I've got actually a pretty big hole down there. Looks like a bullet wound. But I got a big hole down there where they had the drain tube coming out, and it's healing, but it still looks really gross. But and then the scar right above that. So, but I'm getting better. Energy wise, I'm 100% better than I was. When I first got out of surgery. When I first got released, I didn't have any. There's no way I could have done this. But now, I got everything set up, and like I say, I had to take a lot of rest breaks yesterday. Doing stuff. I would get up, and then I would just start feeling. I don't know how to explain it, but just it would be to where it was like walking really slow and could barely move. So I would come and lay down for a little bit, rest for 15, 20 minutes. I guess there's some people walking along. I heard some voices, so I guess they're walking along the road up there. But anyway, now I lost my train of thought. Yeah. Anyway, that's about it. I'll quit yapping. And seeing those horses coming through here, you could hear them. There was like over here, over here, over here, where they were whinnying back and forth, you know, when they saw me out there. I come out to go get some stuff out of the Explorer, and they started. There was probably about 6. I saw about 6 or 7 of them. Plus, there were some other ones that were a little bit, you know, further away that I couldn't see. So I don't know how many there were. I assume that they're wild horses. I don't know. You know, they could be, but if they're privately owned, you know, this isn't, you know, this is National Forest Service property, so it's like I don't see people's private animals using the property. Although they could be, I don't know. I don't know what the rules are, but it's kind of cool. You know, I'm just glad they did it. And I noticed, like, out here, there's like horse, you know, it's all dried and old, but you know, there's horse poop everywhere. I noticed, you know, around the area here. So I guess I figured out where that came from, didn't I? I'm assuming, you know. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the, and I apologize for the shaky camera, but when I zoom in like that, it's really hard to keep it steady. You know, holding it like that, you know. So hope you enjoyed that. As long as it's horses and not other kinds of animals that could eat me, I'm cool with that. All right, we'll talk to you later.